What do you make of what Governor Abbott is doing with this shipping of migrants to these sanctuary cities?
Yeah, it's look, it's if you look at it on value, you're gonna say, this is part of the issue, right? He's moving people throughout the United States. But when you look at it even more broadly than that, Texas has been overrun with illegal immigration. So what is he to do? And most of these people are trying to get to those areas. I mean, they're saying, I don't want to stay in Texas. Get me out of
I wanna
Texas
go
the
to New
minute that you
York.
can. I want to go to New York. And he's facilitating that. And there's issues with that. Like, there's some lawful issues, but at the end of the day, I mean, the guy's got to do what he's got to do, and he can't just allow these people to. They're not going to walk to New York. I mean, they're not going to get on his highways and start hitchhiking to New York. I mean, so when you take safety into it, I mean, he's hiring really nice coach buses. They're not driving on a school bus, with barely padded seats, the ones that you remember, from when you went to school. No, they're on. He's hiring coach buses, and they get movies, and they get food, and it's a safe journey to where they're going. Um, but we should not be acting like this. I mean, we should not have this happening where a governor of a state has to make a decision. Hey, am I going to aid in human smuggling and trafficking by helping these people get to this city? But really, he's got no other option. What other option does he have? And I've said this, I tell people, debate me on this issue. Tell me what his option is. And people can't come up with a logical, they don't know what to say because he obviously can't let just 5 million people just roam around Texas trying to figure out how to walk to New York or Chicago because, it ain't happening.
Whether you're for the policy or against it, the one thing you can't argue is that it has been effective at waking up these blue cities
Yeah,
to
it
the
has.
extent
It
of what the
absolutely
problem
has.
actually is. I mean, you have the mayor of New York, Adams, saying this is unsustainable, we're being crushed. You have the mayor of Chicago calling it a problem. It's easy to be a sanctuary city when you're not up against the border and you're not actually
Yeah.
having to deal with the issues phase on.
Yeah, I am against sanctuary cities entirely. I think that they got up there under Trump and beat their chest and said that they were sanctuary cities because they weren't getting the numbers that they're getting
Virtue
now.
signaling.
Yeah, they virtue signaled big time, Nick. And now that they're stuck, they are a border state. Every state in the United States is a border state right now. And now that they are a border state by virtue of everything, being bussed into them or flown to them, all of a sudden they're in panic mode. But it's not just the politicians. Look at the people protesting. So in Chicago, you've got Black Americans who are up in arms and saying, "Man, we have tried to rise to the top here in Chicago. We've done everything that the politician, has asked us to do to make our communities better." And then we watch these illegal aliens come in and get all these benefits and get a leg up on us and be moved into our communities. And, and in New York, you're seeing the same thing with, people in Manhattan going, we pay into this. We don't want this. And we're paying our taxes for this. You're cutting back on law enforcement to pay for these people to stay in these hotels. And we're being robbed blind. The crime is up. And our taxes, we don't want our taxes going for this. So you're seeing people start to rise up. It's not just the politicians crying to their own administration. You're seeing groups of people rise up and say, this is not how America is supposed to work. This is not supposed to be happening.